Good morning.
Doesn't sound good, does it? When you put it
Not
like
when
that.
it's worded like that.
Trust me, it doesn't sound good.
So you're really against this, aren't you?
I'm so against this. I think regifting is one of the most thoughtless things you can do when it comes to kind of your family and friends. I think it makes you look cold and like you don't know them. I'm so against it, and I can't believe you admit to doing it so much.
I do it as an add-on. I always buy people presents, and I think I'm good at buying people presents, and I'm very appreciative. But sometimes we've all done it. You get something that might be lovely, but just you're never going to use. I mean, I get loads of body lotions. I don't know why. People obviously think I have dry skin or whatever, and I never use it. So if I was just to put it in my bathroom on my bathroom shelf, it would gather dust, and I think that's a waste of their money. And so I can re-gift it and give it to somebody as long as I know that they would like it.
When did you start doing it?
I think probably probably once I was sort of married with kids, and you just end up, your house gets so cluttered with stuff, and you think, if I was being properly polite, I would be keeping this, but is it polite to keep it? And it is cluttering up the house, and it's never going to get used. I mean, my sister doesn't drink, and her husband don't drink red wine, and they're always being given red wine, which again, to me, shows that that person doesn't really know them that well. So I will quite happily go and buy that red wine off her because I do drink wine. I just think it's a form of sort of environmentally friendly recycling.
Essentially, what you've said is that you're shifting your clutter onto other people.
But only if I know they would like it. I wouldn't do it. I mean, and again, if I was given something, you know, God forbid, that I thought was really awful, then I wouldn't give it to anybody else. You know, but again, smelly candles. I get given loads of smelly candles, and my husband doesn't really like smelly candles, so he's always complaining if I'm lighting them. So again, they would just gather dust if I didn't push them along.
You can tell so desperately when you get a gift that is clearly being re-gifted, and there's always that slightly battered box and the slight layer of dust that goes on it.
That's a rookie error if somebody does that.
Have you ever been rumbled?
Well, not as far as I know. So I've never been rumbled as in, you know, somebody has said it or so. But, I mean, I've had it myself. Last Christmas, I was given a very sweet little notebook that had an inscription to somebody else in the front. But I just laughed because what goes around comes around. And I've, you know...
That is another rookie error, though,
Well,
isn't
it was not to check. That didn't, you know, it didn't say Dear Daisy. It said, I won't tell you who, but it said dear somebody else entirely. But I just thought that was funny.
Is it someone in the news broadcast industry?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, but I don't want to be more specific than that.
It's not another one from Julie Etchingham.
No, it wasn't. But no, I don't think I've been rumbled, but I tried to keep it very generic, and anything that was really personal, even if I couldn't stand it, I would keep.
But, Hollie, you've done it. I mean, you've done it yourself.
But, oh, my God, that feeling of guilt, that layer, when I passed that present over, no matter how beautifully I've wrapped it and, you know, because I'd wiped up all the dust and given it a bit of a spruce up and, you know, made it look like I spent £40 on it when I clearly haven't. The layer of guilt that sits at the pit of your stomach as you hand it over is just not worth it.
But do you think the person liked that present? Was it a good gift for them?
No, I'd run out of time, and this is the thing, I've barely done it, and I've run out of time, and I had to do it as
Who did you give it to?
My dad's then girlfriend, who I still regard very, very dearly, so I apologise.
Very must do.
No, see, again, I think that's a bit too close to home. If you're going to re-gift, it's, you know, more like, you know, you have something in your present drawer that you've been given, a smelly candle, body lotion, whatever, and you're going to a party, and, you know, for somebody that you don't know that well. That's when you grab...
Then why bother buying a gift in the first place if you don't know him that well?
Because it's a birthday party. For instance.
But if you don't know them that well, this is my thing as well. We feel so obliged by so many presents, which is how can we all end up with so much clutter?
Yeah,
and I just think
true.
If you're going to their party, they've invited you because they want you there. Surely they've racked enough booze up.
I just couldn't turn up empty-handed, though.
Have you not?
I couldn't, no.
So you're quite happy to turn up empty-handed?
I am happy to turn up
Cheapskate.
empty-handed because I'm a brilliant host when I do host.
Yeah.
So my thing is all about that spending time. If you're going to a birthday party, you know, I'm going there to spend time with those people, and in return, they will come round to my place for dinner, and I will cook a brilliant meal for them.
Isn't re-gifting, isn't what Daisy does, isn't that just being environmentally friendly? We're a terribly throwaway society. You may have something that it's not necessarily for you, or you've got two of them, so you pass it on to somebody else.
Then why not pop it on eBay and make a bit of money off it? put that towards, you know, a nice bottle of wine.
So presents for you were just a money-making thing.
I mean, that is the other thing I do. You know, you tend to get all these things, whatever it might be. And, you know, the school is always asking for. I mean, we've got a Christmas fair coming up soon, and they're always doing the tombola and all that.
I do
you know,
that.
so I will grab all those things, you know, and take them. So at least that's making a bit of money for the school. And the ones that I really think are desperate will end up in the charity shop. But I will try to, you know, to shift it all around a bit.
I've done it before. I have. I've done it, and you know, not to anyone close, but I've been given a candle that, you know, I've got quite a few already.
Yeah.
So I just think, oh, when I maybe would have bought that person a candle anyway. You're judging me, aren't you?
No, I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to think. I was actually thinking then when I've done it. I think the most recent time I've done it is I was given a bottle of champagne as a thank you, and then somebody else needed a thank you, so I gave them that bottle of champagne.
Well, the other one...
Is that acceptable?
No. So I think the only time when it comes to alcohol that it's acceptable is if you actually, you know, like Daisy said, don't like red wine, for example, and you pass it on. Do you not like champagne?
I do, but at that moment, the other person needed it more than I did.
You said Philip's house is awash with champagne.
Absolutely. He doesn't need any champagne.
Bath in it.
Absolutely. The swimming pool's full, and I presume you would have needed it. No, I think it's just so impersonal. If you're going to take a gift, put some thought into it, put some real effort into it, and do you know what? That thought might be spending 5 minutes on ASOS, but actually seeing something that you know for a fact that person is going to like, or that they've mentioned in conversation.
But sometimes people get it wrong. I've got one dear friend who gives me the same thing every sort of Christmas or birthday that she might give me, and it is a particular. I'm not going to say what make it is because if she's watching, I'll be busted. But it's a particular smelly make of sort of toiletries. And I can't stand it.
Oh, no.
But we've been doing it. She's been giving it so long, and she always goes, "I know you love it." And I can't, and I know what
Why did you say I've gone off it now?
Because I just think she would
changed
really...
my taste. Have you smelled this? It smells much nicer.
No, so I give it back to her every year and say, it's our thing, we both love it.
Oh, so you give the present that she bought you
I
back
give
to
her the
She
one.
must know.
She doesn't.
I think she knows.
But I think that's
She
being
does
polite.
now.
All right, both of you. Well, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks
That
very
started the
much.
debate.
I like it.